Hey guys, I'm Dwight. I'm the program director here at PLBC for the Children's Family Ministry Program.
And my name's Daniel, and I'm the youth coordinator for the Youth Ministry Program at PLBC. And together we oversee the next generation ministries.
Let me give you a little bit of my heart behind Children's Family Ministries. For you guys to understand, it's to see families transformed. It's to see moms and dads lived out the Deuteronomy 6 principle, lived out Psalm 78 principle. But in order to do that, Daniel and I, what we desire to do is to equip you, the prospective students, to be able to go into the church so that you can lead, so that you can come alongside the parents to lead in the homes. And that's really what I'm about, is to be able to equip, to try really to equip you to go into your church, to equip those parents in your church trying to lead spiritually.
What I love about both programs is it's kind of got the same goal. I remember for me, it was my local church. It was my lead pastor, my youth pastor, our children's ministry pastors, having leaders who loved Jesus and tried to teach me how to love Jesus. It radically transformed my life. 7 out of 10 high school students are set up to walk away from Jesus. And so my heart for the youth ministry program is to see young leaders, one, fall desperately in love with Jesus and encounter him, his empowerment of the Holy Spirit, and then go and lead ministries that helps students do the same. And not just students, but helps families, parents, and students learn to encounter Jesus. What does it mean to be a disciple of Jesus? That's the goal in local churches. Our heart is to equip students like yourself that would go into their local church settings and see young people reached for Jesus, and not just in high school, but planted for their entire life in the house of the Lord. And some of the ways that you're gonna see that are through some of our classes. For the youth ministry program, there's gonna be certain things that really give you knowledge and kind of equip your head about how do I see and what do I need to know about this next generation? How do I study the culture around, and what are some of the external factors? There's going to be classes that help equip your heart. As a pastor, as a leader, how do I make sure my heart's in the right place and use that to lean into youth ministry with families, with students? And then what I love about our youth ministry program is you're going to have to put the knowledge that you gain and the heart and the understanding of how to walk through families going through crisis, and how do you help students going through crisis, and how do you understand adolescence and developmental stages, and all of those little factors that go into what a youth ministry looks like. And then you're gonna have to do it. Our practicum in both programs is gonna make sure that what you learn in the classroom, you're actually applying in real life in your local church setting. So that's a little bit of what you're gonna experience in the youth ministry program. It's very similar with the Children and Family Program.
Practically, what we want to do is we want to put you in that environment, whatever the environment is. And so that's why, when we take a class, when you take a class, like teaching and spiritual development with children, so we want to understand, how do you teach a 5-year-old to love God, to worship him? But then how do you have the language to teach a 12-year-old to do the same thing? How do you have the language to teach a 32-year-old to do the same thing? And not just the 32-year-old, but teach it to the 32-year-old.
To teach their 5-year-old.
There you go.
Yeah.
Get it. One of my favorite courses, we look at CM management. This is the practical stuff. This is where we talk about, how do you lead volunteers? How do you lead moms and dads? How do you lead a parent equipping event?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? It is.
Should be.
And we're going to teach you how to do that. How do you equip volunteers so that they serve out of joy, out of passion, and they come Sunday after Sunday, and to equip the next generation of leaders. But then we also want to take a look at the family systems, and understand everybody that surrounds that boy, everybody that surrounds that child. And then how can we as pastors, how can we as local church come around and strengthen that unit? So, because understand right now, culture is attacking the family. The family is under attack. And so, and again, like Daniel said, the practicums, we want to put you in the church. We want to make sure that the stuff that we're going to teach you, the tools that we're going to give you, that you're actually putting them into use. So, as we give you tools to equip the next generation, to equip the parents, then you go to the church and you do those things. And so we want to help equip, strengthen you, your church, your families for a lifetime with Jesus.
Yeah, make no mistake, culture has an agenda for the next generation, but I also want to encourage you is we are full of hope and full of faith because Jesus is still King.
Amen.
And we believe with everything inside of us that, man, he has a plan for the next generation. And we're passionate about what does it look like to lean in together to say, Holy Spirit, would you lead us to help us to equip the next generation to encounter Jesus and to follow him for the rest of their life, not just their high school life, not just their children's ministry life.
And we're just excited to come alongside you. So head on to our website, and all the information is there for Daniel's program, for my program, for the Next Gen program. We'd love to see you plugged in here and then set loose to be spirit empowered to equip the world to change for Jesus.